Okay, go over these settings. So I got XMP for the memory. The XMP just finds what the memory is supposed to run at. And then we scroll down here. I've got my AVX offset. I'm going to put it back to auto. CPU cores auto. And then uh, I've got my core cache at auto. So this is going to be what the motherboard just sets it at. And we'll take a look and see what it's actually doing when we load up Windows.
Alright, this is hardware monitor. You can check your voltages and your temperatures here. So if we go down here, we can see our voltages going between like 1.25-ish, 1.21 in some cases, going up to 1.335. So that's stock voltage. So it's getting kind of high in some places, and it gets down to like 1.2-ish in some cases, which is pretty low. But then if we go down and look at our temperatures, you can see that we're running about 30 to 40 Celsius. So uh, when we go ahead and we run something that'll load the CPU a little bit more, we can see we're getting up to like 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. I'll go ahead and write that down. Alright, so you can see here, factory, we're getting between 1.2 and 1.3 under no load, and 1.35 under load, and we're doing like 70 to 80 Celsius under load. We're getting about 33 to 36 Celsius under no load.
Alright, so we were running with the auto voltage. We're going to go down to the voltage and change that to a manual number. So we'll go manual mode. And we were thinking it was probably around 1.35 was where it was running at factory. So we're going to take it down to 1.25. It should be stable. Let's get into Windows and see where we're at.
Alright, so here you can see at 1.25 voltages, they're actually about the same, or maybe a little higher than they were before. Got like 1.25 up to 1.3-ish, 1.35. That's under no load, so that's about the same. So that's probably where the factory setting actually is. And we're about 30 to 45 Celsius. It's still kind of loading stuff right now, so that's probably why. So let's go ahead and change that a little bit lower and see what happens.
Alright, that was cool. So let's do a big jump this time. Let's go down to 1.2 and see what the hell happens. Hopefully it boots up. Okay, so that wasn't stable. Didn't finish booting up. It was under load during the boot sequence and it just crashed. So we're gonna go back up. Let's try 1.24 because we were almost stable. Let's give that a whirl.
Alright, here we are at 1.24. We can see that the voltages have come down a little bit. We're at, let's see, like 1.2, some are 1.19, some of them down to like 1.3 no load. We did drop a little bit on the temperature. We're at 29 to about, so like 33 Celsius. So that came down a little bit. Let's put it under load and see what happens. Alright, we can see here that the temperatures actually came down a little bit. And for the voltage, we're looking at like 1.34, which is about the same for the load. And temperatures are like 60, 61, going up to like 67, looks like. Yeah, so that's not too bad. All right, and that's how you do the undervolt.